Hello everyone. Today we're going to be working with the feet. So if you're someone who experiences some tightness or discomfort across the bottom of your feet, we will be addressing that. The only props that you'll need, you can either bring with you a can of soup, or you can bring, I'll be using a little kind of squishy ball. It's squishy, but a firm squishy. So sometimes we can have like a squishy tennis ball or a softer ball. You might have something like that around the house. If you don't, you can bring a can of soup and that's gonna be totally fine. As well, I'll have you bring a mat with you, which I have set up. So let's get started. We're just gonna be on our hands and knees on the mat to begin. Okay, so hands and knees here. And I'd like you to start with your toes curled under you. And you can be on your hands and knees here, really feeling like the ball of your big toe is driving down towards the mat. And we're just gonna gently kind of sit back into our feet a little bit. This may feel like a stretch for you, it may not, but we're gonna take it back to our hands now. Lengthen your feet so the tops of your feet will be against the mat. And again, let's just sit back into our heels. Taking that forward again, curl your toes under. Big toes get to be driving down. And let's sit back into those feet. And then switching back and forth, long through the front of the feet now, sitting back into those heels. And then bringing yourself forward, curling the toes under. Let's take that a few more times, just taking it at your own pace. If this feels like a big stretch for you, you don't have to sit all the way back into your feet. So when you curl the toes under, if this feels like a lot for you, just ease your way back. You can take it back to here, you can gently sit it back, gradually progressing until you feel like you can sit it back all the way. So listen to your body, take what feels right and safe for you. Let's take that one more time. Curling the toes under. And nice and long through the feet. Sitting back. Take a deep breath here. And let's sit down. Okay. So sit however feels comfortable for you. I'm actually going to bring the camera just a little bit closer, and I'll recommend that you have your feet bare, so bare feet. Okay, so we're going to do a little stretch for the feet. Okay, so what I'd like you to think about here, using your fingers, we're going to lace our fingers in between our toes. So sometimes you need a little help from your other hand to get your fingers around those toes. So it'll almost be like you're lacing your fingers in between your toes here. Okay, so once you have this, you can take the heel of your hand, fit it around the ball of your foot. So I've got my hand kind of like this, I'm gripping my foot. And using that grip, we're just gonna rotate your foot around your leg. So we're opening up that ankle. So take this a couple times. You can rotate the direction. And then really finding that hold on the feet. Let's open that foot back. So almost like you're pulling your toes back towards you. And then bringing them forward so you feel like you're lengthening out that Achilles tendon. And then again, we'll pull them back, bringing your foot forward, lengthening out that Achilles tendon. Once more, just pulling your foot back, listening to the degree that feels good to pull your toes back. And then again, sending that foot forward. Let your foot relax. Let's take that to the other side. So again, might feel different from side to side. But let's, once again, take your fingers, lace them in between your toes. Making some observations about how it feels to lace your fingers in between your toes on this side. And once again, let's just start with rotating your foot around your ankle. And then reversing directions. Pausing here, find that grip where the heel of your hand gets to be right beneath the balls of your feet. And we're gonna pull those toes back, and then feeling like you're just encouraging that foot forward so you're lengthening that Achilles tendon. Pulling those toes back and bringing your foot forward. Couple more. Go ahead and release your foot here. And go get your squishy ball or can of soup or whatever you're using. And we're gonna just set that right on the floor. And we're gonna stand up. You can also sit in a chair. So feel into what is best for you. Now, what we're gonna be doing here is with your ball, we're finding tolerable pressure. So especially if you have a firmer ball, really ease your way into this. But what we're gonna kind of aim for, there's a tendon across the bottom of your foot, right? Kind of along the line of your big toe. We're just gonna work along that space here. So we're gonna be standing on the ball. The ball's going to be just working along this line here. That is what it'll look like from the underside. So let's stand up, or you can choose to sit in a chair, but just finding some tolerable pressure against that either can of soup or the ball that you're using, the prop that you're using. And just allowing your foot to kind of massage itself back and forth, maybe in little circles around that space. But you're definitely not putting your whole pressure or your whole weight into that foot. You're keeping a good amount of weight on that stable leg. And then we'll move up, just taking that to another space along that same big toe line. And you can just sort of ease your way in. Some points might feel quite tender, so listening, always just responding to that sensation. And then we'll move our way again, just kind of exploring that space. So this space feels pretty tender for me. So if you find a spot that feels quite tender, you are welcome to ease back on the tension even a little bit. Spend some time here, move your foot around in little circles around that spot. Like you're giving that spot a little massage for your foot right through there. That prop is giving you the massage right in that space that feels a little tender. And then you can move on when you're ready. While you're here, the ball's sticking to my foot a little bit, you can explore other spaces against your foot. So maybe the very center of your arch feels a little sensitive, so you can explore that spot, just taking it really gently, using sensation and using gentle, tolerable pressure to explore the bottom of your foot. So take your time with this. You might spend quite a bit of time on that foot, but for the purposes of right now, let's move on to the other foot. So majority of the weight gets to stay in that stable leg. And let's find that kind of big toe line here. And just exploring that. It might feel quite different on this side, a little more or less tender. So ease back on the pressure if you need to, but just applying that little gentle pressure into that space, rocking back and forth, side to side. And then moving on, just continuing down that tendon, down that line of the big toe. couple more down this line. But again, take your time with this. Explore the bottom of your foot. Use the sensation that you're receiving, that feedback, to either scale back the pressure that you're putting into your foot. You might want to add a little bit. You might want to just spend some extra time in different places, but explore that arch of your foot, explore the outer line of the leg, but always do so with care. Do it gently. We're not trying to bring an abundance of pressure into these spaces. We're just moving the tissue around. We're just creating a little sensation of massage here. So again, take your time, kind of explore what feels right for that foot, but then take a couple steps around. Walk against your feet, just feel how the bottoms of your feet feel. And you might even notice that openness that you're creating travels all the way up that posterior chain of your body, so the back line of your body. So you might feel different through the ankles, through the calves, through the knees. But allow this to work for you. It can be really helpful, especially as we start to walk around more in the warmer weather. But thank you for joining, and I'll see you back here next time on the Wise Recharge with Us from Home series. Take care.